Hey all, and welcome back to Big Squared Gaming. This is The Last Farmer that we're going to be playing, and I am Scottish Bex. So we left off last time, we just had Judgment Night, as you can see from the mess outside, and we were going to head up and buy our turret blueprint. That was the plan. We had just spent ages cooking all this stuff off. We'd spent a day doing that. So we've got all of that. We've got some stuff we can take with us. So we're going to go do that. I obviously have more that I want to do, but yeah. The game itself, like we discussed, it doesn't have a massive much left in it. I've done the majority of what the game has. So really it's along the lines of what do we plan on doing next. Now, I'm going to sort of take a look at any suggestions that have come from everybody and see. The other option I really have is to restart because I'm trying to get the last of the achievements. I still have to get the Tower Defender, which is the turret blueprint, the flashlight, find all the blueprints, which I'll get once I get the turret one, and buying things from Merchant, and then the Purger. The Purger I can't get without restart, so at some point I do need to restart the game. The question is, do you want to see me do the restart at a harder level and then begin again, or is there something else you would rather see from this particular save, essentially? This one is quite buggy because this is one I've been running some from day one. And a lot of the updates seem to require, I think, to be honest, to get a less bugged game, I really need to restart. But that's a side point. I want my machete. What, another machete? What did I need? No, it's wood, not sticks, Becky. Wood, not. Okay. And I'm going to get more metal soon as well. Machete does go down quite fast, but I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're going to take all of these with us. So that's enough to get the turret, but I'm still going to take additional stuff with me anyway. And I'll put some of this down and take... Yeah, I'm going to leave the uncooked ones. They'll need... So we've got plenty of time on them. Plenty of time and then. So let's just head out. Let's head out to the trader. Let's go sell. Let's go buy our turret. Shall we? Oh yeah, well, the last game we took our other things and we went and got ourselves some metal to upgrade the doors. That was also something that we did. I'm actually quite disappointed that there's nothing else to do in this game for, you know, I know it's not the most polished game and I know, yeah, it could look a bit better and blah, blah, blah. But I actually really quite enjoy this game. I have enjoyed this game quite a lot. And more so than I was expecting. And I think the fact that there's not really anything else to do, which makes kind of playing it a little hard, I need to have a purpose in a game, is a little bit disappointing for me. I really wish there was more content, but I know they're still adding to it. So I can't really be like, you know, too complaining because they are still adding to the game. Okay, so when I was, yeah, so there's a question mark here as well. So I'm curious about the question mark because the exclamation mark we know is a bugged quest. So what is the question mark? Like, question mark here. Maybe it's inside. Oh, look at that. Bring the car. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. I remember they added that and okay, I know what that is. Okay. That was in recent update. The ability to basically, if you run out of petrol, blah, 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 he goes and fetches your car for you. Yep. And again, this is the bugged quest. We don't seem to be able to, and I don't think it's bugged. I think it's just triggering that, yeah. So maybe there is. Maybe there's another quest and for some reason it won't let me, or it's just triggering that there was a quest. I have done the quest for her. So I don't really know. It's another reason really to restart is to get a lot of this the bug stuff out of the game file. So let's do this. All right. Well, the flashlight's quite a lot as well, so I mean, it's still going to be a while till I get. It might even be another gameplay before another session before I get the flashlight, because really, before I restart, I want to have done the achievements. that's something that I plan to do. So that I go into a new game with only one achievement outstanding, which is the Purger, and that's only because that was bugged from my first playthrough. Okay, so let's get the turret blueprint. Okay. So I got the Town Defender achievement. That's it. So the only thing now I need to buy is I need to get the flashlight, and that's the Architect of the Future, so that's me got that achievement. So really the only thing left now is the buy a flashlight, deal with the military bases, and buy 50 things from the trader. So to be honest, that's all that's left. Now, I don't know how that works. I mean, I bought a lot of bullets from the trader, so I don't know if the bullets is the easiest way to go for getting that last one. What I am going to do is get load more pumpkin rest. And then I can set myself up another big one, and that'll get us chewing through. So I kind of want the big backpack as well. I don't have, yeah, I don't have enough money for that, but that's not really part of the achievement. The only one is that flashlight. So 6.5. So we need, or 600. So we need to have 65 pumpkins, cooked pumpkins, to be able to buy that because we've got no other money. So that's fine. So let's head back and start that off. So we know what that is now. We know what that question mark is. That's fine. That's bugged. I don't know if that's genuinely another quest or if it's just bugged out. Does anybody know? I haven't watched anyone else playing it other than a couple of days, so I don't know if I'm missing something. Let's head back. Every time it does that to me, it bugs out and then it moves the car, but not my mouse. And then I'm looking at the roof. All right, let's I intentionally bought a lot of them so that I can do more. I can do another big trough there. Really, that's the intention. Well, we already have so again, we need, it's 65, I said. So 64 is 8 stacks. So just over 8 stacks then is what we need. We're already well on our way to that. So the other thing I was going to look at was the turrets. There it is. A good welcome. So I need an oh, I've got an iron bar. I do. Oh, nice. Now, where should I put this? Like, should we put it like in front of the base like that? Or should we put it off to the side of the base maybe? I don't know. I don't know how this works. Oh, yeah! Right, and I don't have to... I don't have to put bullets in it. Okay, even better. So that now makes it worthwhile. If I can be outside and I can put them outside my base, building outside now becomes okay because you can put them up to defend your base, and because you don't have to put bullets in them, you're not gonna, yeah, but it also makes mining the iron worthwhile as well. Not just for building up the defenses like that, but also for the turrets. Oh yeah, toys. All the toys. Right, so we need to start cooking off the all the pumpkins as well. I might get a second fireplace going. What's the fireplace? What's the fireplace need? Just 10 stone. I don't know if I have 10 stone. Oh, I do. Right, let's... Yeah. I do need to go out and go get sticks and stuff. There's a load of farming I need to do, really. Okay. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get the next load of stuff needed to go get the flashlight. I don't know if I'll get it done this day, because we're obviously into D2, but I would... Oh no, we're not. We're not into D2 yet, are we? I don't think we're in D2 yet. That is so neat. I really like that. That's a neat little toy. Now, the question I have is, does it turn completely on itself? Like, do you need to put another one facing this way? Let's do water. It's weird how some buckets do a third, some buckets do 16%, some buckets do half. Like that one. That one did a ton. That one did 2/3 at a time. You know, I don't like, so there's no water there. That's done 50%. The other one did a third at a time. It doesn't make sense to me that each different bucket seem to do different percentages. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. I imagine all you do now is just line your base with turrets, because you don't have to do anything to them, and then your base is protected, essentially. But to do that, if you need one iron piece for one, then, you know, you would need to... I mean, and it's 20 uncooked pumpkins per iron piece. So it's 20 uncooked pumpkins per turret, essentially. So yeah. So back. I don't know where turret came from. My brain's obviously combining turret with turnip. Work goes down really fast in these. All right. One minute. Doesn't let you click and remove the cooked ones, which is slightly annoying. Should have these cooked pretty quick. All right. Next set of pumpkins. Okay. Ones are cooked. All right. I said we needed just over 8 stacks, didn't we? So we need 8 stacks plus an additional pumpkin. So we're at just shy of 4 stacks of cooked pumpkins. So we're going in the right direction. We'll do a bit of cleanup. What I might do is get a second turret up and running. I need to go mine more. I need to go mine more metal. Break down more metal. I also need to... yeah. Actually, I can see why you would now build outside with the turrets. You wouldn't in the sense of you wouldn't need to build a house space. I don't understand why they bother having walls and all that kind of thing. You can't move these anywhere. So what? And you can't build furniture like settees and things like that. So why would you bother having a house space? You wouldn't. There's no... They've not thought through adding that. That is a pointless build. What you can build, however, would be towers or, you know, spaces for standing out and looking out of if you were sniping from a gun, but the gun is not really worth doing that with. Although you would if you were maybe using the hunting rifle that you can get from the weird guy of light. I don't think what they were doing was light, but we're not going to get into that argument. But yeah, I mean... I think some of the other guns are probably more powerful than the gun that I'm using in the game. Or the weapon I'm using in the game. So yeah, we're doing... Right, we're getting there. I feel like the animal feed's just hassle. If you can make decent fertilizer out of the corpses and you get a ton on Judgment Night, why would you bother using the animals? Because the dung itself, you then have to actually grow to make the animal feed to get the dung, and it feels kind of pointless, like you're kind of just using... Whereas if the animals could breed, there's a purpose to that. It's not really about the dung, it would be about maybe getting the meat, if the meat was maybe the best food source in the game. That kind of idea. Maybe then would make it useless, worthwhile. Right now the animals feel kind of a pretty but pointless addition to the game. How long we got left? 36 seconds. I might sleep through the night. Yeah, I'm tired. I think I'll sleep. Yeah, Gonna just eat something. All right, so we're gonna close the door and we're gonna go to sleep. I think that's the best thing to do. Hey, there we go. And with that, the veggies are ready. That's always handy. Yeah, they've added that in the update that the vegetables now continue to grow during sleep. They didn't used to, so that is a new addition with the most recent update, I believe. Why is there a sudden music change? Right. You're at 8 stacks plus 2. We have enough. We have enough for the flashlight. So, let's go get it. We have enough to go get flashlight. So I think we should. And that's just one more done. And then all that really leaves us to get is essentially the buying 50 things from the trader, which we could easily do. And or, you know, really at this point, at the end of this day, it really is us looking at it and saying, what are we doing next? I do need to go and restart to be able to get one achievement I can't get without restarting. But the question comes back to the same question I asked last game, guys, is how do we want to progress this? I mean, am I just going to continue on with this and kind of just mess around with building and farming and all the little bits and pieces? Or would you like to see me do the restart and what that leads to, essentially? I didn't put any fuel in. I think I've got some spare fuel in the car, in the back of the car though, so I think we're fine. The other thing we could get from him is the big bag, but that's not part of the achievements, and it's the achievements I'm trying to do, so. There we go. We have officially crossed the line we needed. Ah, there we go. Turn on the flashlight. So, okay. I'm not sure I understood that. Okay, so what else has he got? Obviously the seeds we already know, the cloth, metal, stick, so really just the only other thing I'd really be interested there is that, because the other weapon I want is the shotty, but yeah, so we got the flashlight. I don't know how it, oh, there you go. Yeah, turn it off, turn it on. Oh yeah, so T turns on my flashlight. So let's head back. So really, that just leaves me now with, well, no, I've not done the buy 50 things from the merchant, which I don't understand because I bought all those bullets and I bought all those pumpkin seeds. If I buy even more pumpkin seeds, like, I've definitely bought more than 50 because I've bought, between the pumpkins, I've bought what, probably the better part of not quite 30, but 30 seeds. Then on top of that, the various other things that I've bought, and I bought what was it, something like 200 bullets. So I definitely have bought more than 50 items from the trader. Unless the bullets don't count because that's too easy. Which is possible. That's possible. Get more water and more fertilizer in here. I was gonna say, why are they not done? So the next thing we need is now that's the question. Do we want the big bag? In which case we need to get 50 pumpkins cooked, which would be what, 5.5 stacks? Or do we want to just take our non-cooked pumpkins up and get more irons for more turrets? I don't really know, to be honest. Either or, let's get them watered and fertilized up. That last bucket did 16. This is the bucket that does, yeah, it's, the buckets are glitchy as hell. Like, why does one bucket do 50%, another one does 30%, and another one does 16%? It's madness. Right. We maybe need to go fill the buckets. I'm not sure what else to really do. So we've got the achievements other than the frequent buyer one, which I think I just need to try get a load more money and see what I need to get to do that, because for some reason that's not triggering. I can imagine buying seeds will just do the job, but I need to double check that because it might not. They might not count towards it. But there's nothing else that you would buy large amounts of. Other than the iron, and maybe it's the wrong merchant. Maybe it's the other. Maybe the merchant is not the same as the trader. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they don't. Maybe the trader and the merchant are not the same thing. Maybe the merchant refers to the guy that wanders, and the traders are the ones that are in set locations. That's also possible. So who knows? Bugging me. Sorry, that bugged me. Let's, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cook stuff off. Actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, so I just had a quick look into it. The frequent buyer achievement is bugged. From initial start, you actually have to wipe your registry data, certain file data, to make it trigger. Because basically, if you bought anything before they did the update, it's now basically borked it and it continues across all games, even new games, unfortunately. But if you delete that file, it deletes everything you've got in all the chests and everything like that as well. So that would be something I would maybe do if I was going to start a new game, essentially. So it looks like I can't do any more of the achievements now until I start a new game. So yeah, that's certainly worth thinking about. I think it would be worth early on trying to get the money quickly together to get the turrets and less stressing about rushing through quests and more get the money together for the turrets, and then you can start thinking about building outside and things like that. Definitely. It's a little bit annoying, actually, that certain things like that are bugged, but again, we know that's not that unusual for new games to have bugs like that. That's not that unusual, let's be honest. Right. They're all almost ready to have the next set pop, so all right. I'm just trying to think what my plan is for this. Obviously, we've essentially got all the achievements bar the two. I can't get those until I restart because I'd have to clear that. I'll have to go in and clear that file before I start the new game, just so that that works going forward. So the other question I then have is, well, what's the plan? So I need to restart the game. So do you want? Are you wanting to see for me to basically go forward with a new start, essentially a harder setting of the game, a new start, basically replay, or take a pause on this game for a little bit, while we wait for more content to come out, or literally just see me sort of wander around, maybe mess around a little bit with the building, see what we can do. Obviously I would need to go and get a whole load of the metal and think things like that through. Just sort of ideas of what we're doing, because unfortunately there isn't anything else to do. The other thing to think about really is, I'm now wondering, because that exclamation mark is there, is this game just kind of now bugged beyond repair, in the sense of too many patches for original file from when the game came out that's messed with too much. And so is there meant to be a quest there that I can't access, or is what's going on? So I think it might be worth restarting and playing through on a harder setting this time, so it will take me a bit longer. And yeah, it's down to what people want, really. I didn't expect to get through the game as quickly as I did, to be honest. That kind of gives an indication of how little is actually in the game. I don't dislike it, I just think they've still got a long way to go. Developers may think differently, but I would say they've still got a long way to go in terms of content for the game. I think they're missing a massive opportunity with the city. Personally, myself. There is like one thing in the city, one tiny little quest in the city. That's all you need. other than being somewhere you can go grind out metal and wood, there's nothing else for it. It doesn't feel very dangerous, which again the city should feel. The city should feel terrifying. It doesn't feel very dangerous, even though there is a lot of mobs in it. It doesn't have anything in it worth going into. I mean, every other game that I've played that's a zombie game, going into the city is deadly, but you have to get the things or the best things that you need. The fact that like the turret would be a prime example. The turret is a major thing, and it's a major defensive part of the game. And if they had that you had to go into the city to find a location where somebody who was known in their previous life for being good at that kind of building, that kind of jerry rigging, that kind of thing, lived, and you can maybe go to him and he will tell you, he then sends you off to do something for him, and when you get back as a reward, he then gives you the turret schematic. But you got to get to him first, and the city is deadly, and that to me would make more sense. I just feel like, as much as I like this game, there is so many missed opportunities. And I don't know enough about how they sat down and designed the game to say, is that a flaw of the writers? Is that a flaw of the, whose flaw was that? Because I definitely feel like they missed so many things that they could have done with this game. I also wonder, if I restarted, would the things the guys asked for at the start, the vegetables, change? Like, is it a set that they ask for every single time? Like, are the quests that set, or is it randomized? Like, one playthrough they'll ask for, obviously, like maybe the first one they'll always ask for is potatoes because that's the thing that you find. But like, then the question would be like, maybe the second one, instead of being tomatoes or whatever it was, they might ask for something else based depending on the seeds that you have found. That would be interesting. That would be a very interesting way of doing it, I think. Still got plenty that's ongoing. Trader's not there yet. He'll be on his way over, though. Yeah, he's almost there. See, that calls him a trader. That calls him a seller. That calls him a seller. So none of them are actually labeled as merchant. No. I definitely think they missed a trick with the city. They really did. I'm going to take what I've got already up. And have a look. I might as well start. If it's going to wipe everything that's in my inventory, I would rather sell and make sure I have my coins on me. Or everything that's in the boxes, should I say. Then I want to make sure that I've already sold and got, Interesting, he's only getting 80 for them, not 100. So one of the things it says is you just buy enough to buy 50 items. So the lowest thing he sells is 50. But I don't think they stack particularly high. So, yeah. So if you were to buy 50 of them, it would be 10 would be 500. So you'd need 2,500. So, which we've now got. So, we have enough if we go wipe the file. Let's try that. Let's go try that, shall we? See if we can get this achievement. I just don't... See, I don't really want to, though, because I really don't want to wipe everything that's in all my inventories. All my inventories and all my containers. I kind of don't want to do this on this one unless... Don't mind doing it knowing I'm going into a new game, but I really don't want to do it on this game. I know it doesn't make a difference because it will do it on this game, but that does make a difference if I'm restarting. Yeah, so definite thoughts from people, I think. I would like feedback. I think I can't think of anything other than going into it, to be honest. Going into a new game really is the only thing I think we can do at this point. Everything else is, it's not just that, everything is so buggy now. I think the game is so buggy now. And there's so much, I feel like there's so much wasted as well. Like, there's nothing out here. Once you pass that city, and like, other than the prison out there, there's nothing out here. As far as I'm aware, now there could be, but it doesn't tell us to find anything else. That was where the bunker was. There's nothing, so basically from here on out, there's nothing in all of this space. There's nothing in this space. It just feels like everything is confined to this little space here, and I feel like, well, they put a lot of work into this, and then there's nothing there. Now, it's Texas, and I imagine there's a lot of space there where things aren't built, and a lot of open desert and a lot of open land, and that's fine, but you don't need to have the map have that. You could have stopped the map, you know, like there. You know, and just had a wall, a giant wall or something, or had a notification that says beyond this point. You know, I just feel like it's, yeah. I mean, so much of the rest of it is boxed in with you know, it's boxed in with the, I mean, look at that. That goes all the way down there, and yet there's nothing there. It just feels kind of like they have plans, maybe, and we're just not aware of what those plans are. Maybe that's the point. Maybe there's more content coming that is going to utilize those spaces, and that'll be fantastic if there is, if they're going to do so much more. But for the moment, there's not a massive amount in. Now, I need to double check. I don't know if this is actually an early access game or not. I don't think it is. Could be wrong. No, the game is not marked as an early access game. So, for what's in it, this would feel like an early access game to me. For what's in it. The lack of content to me feels like an early access game. A developed early access game. You know, but still early access. It's the fact that it's not surprises me. I actually thought it was early access. It's not. It's not marked as early access anyway on the system. Right, so I think I'm probably going to leave this here, guys. I'm probably going to sleep through the night. And I need to make a decision about what I'm going into as to whether the next game, the next one that we play, is still on this server and this saving, or whether I am done with this game save and I am potentially going to be playing a new game. I don't mean a new game. I mean a new save file of this game. I need to make a decision on that because I want to get the last of the achievements, and to do that I do need to reset the game. So it might be worth just restarting and seeing what's not bugged now, because this game file is quite buggy with things, and I think it's time. So yeah, I think I will start. I think the next game file, we'll call this one. This was part 13. Oh no, it might be part 14. I'm not sure. Part 13, part 14. So I think we might leave this one here and say that's us. This is this one done. This was a good first try, a good start. You know, let's leave it here. Let's start again with less bugs on a harder setting and see what we get. That, unless you guys say otherwise, that is the plan. So we will see you next time we play all, and that might be on a new game. Let's see how it goes. See you then. Enjoy.